Good morning, y'all. I really wanted to video in a different room today, but it's just not happening. I keep thinking I'm going to come back and video one of these days and actually have this room cleaned up enough so that I can show it to you. It's a very usable space, but it just seems to collect everything from other parts of the house and that I can't find a spot for. When we downsized and moved into this house, I don't think I knew exactly what downsizing would entail. Not that this is a really tiny house. It's not. I don't know, 2,200 square feet or something like that, but not a lot of storage space. And oh, I don't know. I got to quit talking about that. It'll just make me frustrated. Okay, hi y'all. I'm Marlene, Stitching by the Lake. I'm glad you're here. Um, I know that everybody says welcome and we're glad you're here, and we are. I do want to tell you, though, that even if you guys weren't here, I would probably still be videoing. And the reason for that, the reason I'm telling you that is because I want to encourage those of you who are not making videos because either you tried it and you didn't have many subscribers, or you're scared to try it because you think you won't have very many subscribers. Y'all, it doesn't matter whether you have any subscribers or not. It's just so good for you to keep a record of what you're doing and what's going on in your life. You know, my mom, I'm 72. I've told y'all that many times, and my mom died in 2004. I still miss her every single day. And I would just give anything if I could hear her voice and see her face. And yes, I have some photos, but that really doesn't do it. So one of the reasons why I make these videos is because one of these days when I'm dancing in heaven, my children will have this to come back to and to look at, and they can actually hear my voice and see my face, and I think it will be something that they will enjoy having. Several years ago, I gave them all a little wooden box that came with a music player in it, but you could record whatever you wanted to put in it. And so I wrote something and read it for each one of my children and recorded it and put in their little boxes, so that's just another way that one of these days they'll have my voice. Another way that I do that for my children is that I don't have just one Bible. I have many Bibles, and I read them by turns, and I write notes in each one, and I underline in each one, and stick things in them. And so one of these days, all of my children will have one of my Bibles. So if you want to do something for your kids, do a video or something else, but do something so that they'll have a record of you that they can look at and touch. That's my sermon for today. Aren't y'all glad it was a short one? Okay, I want to report on my wool quilt that I showed y'all a couple of videos ago. The wool applique one, and I got so many wonderful compliments. It was so sweet of you. I finally have let go of it. I felt like one of my children was going off to college. My sweet friend, Lori McClary, who is textilist in Washington, is that her? Washington, Oregon. She's moving to Sisters, Oregon. Anyway, she is a machine quilter, long arm machine quilter, and she offered to quilt that quilt for me. And so last week I mailed it to her. When I got to the post office, I told the guy there, I said, I want everything. I want insurance, I want signature, I want everything. And he just laughed at me. But she has it now, and she's studying on it to see what she wants to do with it, and is going to do some videos as she starts and makes some progress on it. So I'm looking forward to watching those videos. I hope y'all will too. The other thing I want to tell you is last time I was here, I was complaining about my eyes. My cataracts are worse. I thought they were, and yes, they are. But what they've done is change my prescription. The cataracts, because of the way the cataracts have worsened, my vision prescription worsened. And so my doctor suggested that we just change prescriptions for right now, because y'all know I've been postponing that surgery, and I'm going to continue to postpone it as long as I can. So we changed my prescription, and I got new bifocals. I've had bifocals for years and years. These are my new ones. See? I'm not wearing them today because they reflect all the light from out there. I'm sitting in front of windows. I don't like wearing them. I have a contact in, just one. I have monovision, and so if I wear one, I can read a little enough to do this. I can't read enough to read a book, but I can do enough here. Anyway, so I have new bifocals. He also told me it was time for another little surgery because my eyelid. This is what y'all are going to face when you get to be this age, y'all. My eyelids are wrinkled, and they're sinking. They're pushing my eyes down, which is impinging on my vision. And it's been about 3 weeks since I've been to the doctor, and he told me to make an appointment. I've not yet done that. I always said I would never do cosmetic surgery, and that's really not. I'm not doing it for cosmetic reasons. But it is a cosmetic surgery, which is it's a voluntary, and I don't know. Not y'all know I don't want to do surgery of any kind. Okay. Next. I have gone over 3,500 subscribers, and I told y'all that I was going to do a giveaway when I reach that number. And in fact, I'm up over 3,600 right now. So I am going to do a giveaway. What I have decided to do, y'all know that my favorite LNS that I talked about last time, the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, has a new online shop. And by the way, they're going to have an online sale again on April the 1st, 20% off whatever's on the website. And the code is April Fools, APRILFOOLS, on April 1st. I will put that in that little box down below. So, just in case you want to take advantage of that, don't, put it on your calendar. I'm going to give away a $35 gift certificate to the Shepherd's Needle so that you can order whatever you would like to have. I haven't even told Ann about that, the owner, but that's what I'm going to do. 3,500 subscribers, $35 gift certificate. So when I get to 4,000, I'll do the same thing again and do a $40 gift certificate. I also will probably mail some other little things to whoever wins that giveaway. No special jumping through hoops. I would like for you to be a subscriber, and whoever comments below, I will draw names from that. And let's see, today is March 23rd. I'm going to give it a week. I'm going to draw names on March 30th. I actually am going to the Shepherd's Needle on March the 30th, so I will draw names that day and notify by commenting on your comment if you have won, so that if you want to use that gift certificate on April the 1st, you can. That'll give you a day or two to read that comment. Okay, I have so much stuff stacked up here to show y'all. Let me get some things out of the way. First of all, I'm going to show you what I'm working on right now. My work's in progress. Now, I have a lot of whips, y'all. And in fact, I'm probably going to do Stitch Mania with whips. I have 19 whips. So I think that's what I will do. I'll just pull out 19 of them and work on one of them each day. But these are the two that I am working on currently. If y'all follow Vanna, you know that she is doing hashtag Coffee and Craft, I think is what it's called. Well, yesterday I decided I would join her, and this is the pattern that I have chosen to do. This is called Tender Father sampler, and it's from Tree of Life Samplings. The designer is Jan Alexander. I think this is beautiful. And I thought it would just be a really good one for this particular project. Yesterday I worked just over an hour, and today I worked 45 minutes. I'm going to do this all in one color, and I'm using Weeks Dye Works Red Rocks. And this is where I am so far. What I did yesterday, I had I think I had a half a yard of this fabric. It is a 36 count, but I promise you, I don't have a clue what the color is. I just don't know. I don't remember, and it wasn't written on here. So yesterday, I stitched half of the border from here. This is halfway, and this is halfway. And that way, I felt pretty good about cutting the fabric instead of trying to work with that huge piece. I did that the first day. And then today, I did this part of the inner border. And tomorrow, I'll try to finish out this part. There's more border right in here, so I'll try to finish that out tomorrow. I am also working on this pattern from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It's called Hair Sampler, and it's by Teresa Miller from Teresa's Primitive Treasures. And I'm not going to do this whole pattern. Let me tell you why. I bought, okay, where did you go? Oh, he's underneath something. I'll show you in a little bit. I've been to several flea markets and antique malls in the last 3 weeks since I've been here with y'all, and I bought a long, skinny bow. It's not an antique, but it's just a long, wooden, skinny bow that I need a bunch of smalls for. And so what I decided to do was to do this rabbit, this bunny, hair, she calls him hair, and this flower, but I didn't do the flower quite as tall. I took off I only did 2 of the leaf pieces right here, and so it's about from here up. And I'm stitching this on with her called for threads, with one exception. And this is, I know it's still on here because I didn't take it off. Silk Weavers Lugana 32 count Purple Petunia. And I'm not taking it off of here either, y'all, because it's on there just tight enough, just so I like it. Now, here's the issue that I've had. When I pulled the colors, this dark brown is correct, but this color right here, I don't remember if it called for 8, I think it called for 841, and I had all of that stitched when I realized that it was supposed to be 842 or something along that line. I was one number off. So it should have been reversed, as in this should be darker and this should be lighter. This brown is correct, but this should have been a darker brown. Well, I'm not changing that. I am not taking that out. That is too many stitches right there. Look at all those stitches. And I like it. Now, I may end up outlining it, backstitching. I'm not sure until I finish it. I'll finish this one tonight. By just doing part of that pattern, it really made it a quick stitch. You know, sometimes I'm very reluctant to change patterns. I don't know why. I just, I guess I'm a rule follower, and I think here's the pattern, that's kind of like a rule. But sometimes you don't want the whole thing. Sometimes you just want part of it. Anyway, so let's see. What are my plans? This is all crazy, out of order, and all over the place. I don't care. What are my plans? Over the next 3 weeks or so before I come back to y'all, I would like to work on I'd like to work on some more bunnies. This is one of my market purchases. Spring Fling. Y'all have all seen it, I'm sure, by Brenda Gervais. And I bought the fabric, the called for fabric for that. Jeez, look at all that glare. I have not pulled the threads for this, so I don't even know if I have them. But I am going next week. I have a couple of those, but not all of them. I'm going next week, so I'll finish kitting that up when I go to the Shepherd's Needle. I also bought, I joined one of Scattered Seed Samplers clubs. I don't remember which one this was called, but this was the first piece, and it's called Fruit of the Vine. It's a needle row, and I would like to start that one. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, that's probably going to get a start. I have this bunny pattern, Scattered Seed Samplers, and the name of it is Humble Gatherings, and I would like to do him. Obviously, I can't start all of these, but I'm going to look at them. I also have a couple of free ones from the Snowflower Diaries. Y'all have probably seen these stitched. This one's called Happy Spring. It is a free one, so I don't mind showing the pattern. And this one is called Spring Bunny Love. This may be my next start, the Spring Bunny Love, because I really would like to get that one done before Easter if I can. And then I have a couple of little alphabet samplers that are free ones. One from Blackbird and one from, oh, they're both from Blackbird. You can't see these. When I printed them, I didn't have enough ink. Anyway, those are kind of going to be worked in as well. And then, y'all, when am I going to do April wordplay? I don't, after Easter, mid-April. It won't be done for April, but, I just finished March. I'll show that to you in a minute. And then this one should be a really quick one. This is from Market. This is a Brenda Gervais, and it's the one with the little tin box. I've taken it out of the box it came in and pulled some fabric for it. I'm going to use this fabric that I got at an estate sale. It's called Champagne. It's a 28 count champagne linen. I don't know brands or anything like that. I think it's fairly old. So all of those are on my to-do list. What have I gotten done? Well, let's look at it. Excuse me, y'all. Pull this over a little bit. Right after my last video, I finished 'Tis the Season. Whoops, he's upside down. 'Tis the Season. I did change the words. These were charted by Ann Thompson at the Shepherd's Needle. And I used Victorian Motto sampler threads. It came from, it was a stitch along, y'all know that. I'm terrible at stitch alongs because I'm way behind everybody else. It came from this book, Home for the Holidays by Blackbird Designs. I also finished, I told you I finished the March wordplay. Not in time to get it FFO'd, but finished nonetheless. Now, I think I might have changed something on this. What did I do? I don't know. I don't remember. And this is March wordplay. Do I have that right side up? Yes. I wasn't crazy about the colors. I used the Call for colors. This is Weeks Dye Works Tin Roof. I really wasn't crazy about the golds and oranges that are in this. If I'd been thinking ahead, I probably would have chosen something else, but I don't always think ahead. Another market purchase from Stephanie at Lindy Stitches. I bought a couple of her patterns, and I love all of these, but this is the one that I just stitched just finished it yesterday. I did leave off this bottom piece of lacy trim right here. To me, it kind of looked like a, y'all may not be old enough to remember this, but there used to be, in older movies, I would see like circus trains, and they would have these cars that were kind of ornate at the top, but not at the bottom. It kind of reminded me of that. I did this on Picture This Plus Valor, and this is pale. I also changed the color. She did not have pink. I don't remember what she had. But you see I left off that bottom piece of little lacy stuff. And I really love it. I think it turned out cute. I'm going to try to have a finishing day. Oh, I'm going to have to quit calling this my sewing room if I don't get in here and do some sewing. I hope early this coming week I get to have a finishing day. I do have a couple of FFOs though. This one I showed you I think last time from the Primitive Hair, Love Never Fails. This is the pattern. And this is how I finished it. I added the buttons. The back is the same fabric as this on the bottom. And just regular polyfill of some kind. This one is a Brenda Gervais Spring Delivery. I think this pattern is simply gorgeous. It's just really gorgeous. I finished it with some sawdust. I added a charm at the bottom. Here's my little charm, a little bunny. I'm glad I'm showing it to you today. I'm ready to put it out. And then one other tiny finish. Love is Kind. Y'all know this is the Kathy, no, it's Hands On Design. Kathy, oh shoot, lost her last name. Anyway, this is her anniversary piece for this year. I think I'm going to make some more of those. I really like that. I think they'd make wonderful gifts. And then my last FFO, I don't have the pattern here with me for this one. I've already put it away. But this is one I showed you last time. Kathleen from Kathleen's Trodden Trail gave me this pattern. And I finally got it in this frame. This was a frame. It's just a photo frame. And it came from Goodwill, I think. And we sprayed it black. My husband did. He sprayed it black for me. And I just think it's beautiful. Just love it. This particular verse is very special to me. There was a lady in my church. I've been going to the same church since, I don't know, 25 years or more. And she's no longer with us, but she was a missionary for many years, I think to Brazil, maybe, I'm not sure. But she never said hello. When you saw her, you would say, well, hi there. And she'd say, this is the day that the Lord has made. So whenever I see this, I think about her. She was a very unique individual, a single lady. She drove around all over town. She carried water bottles to give to people when it was hot. She had one tennis shoe sitting back, in a sedan on that little shelf back there. She had one tennis shoe sitting back there. And somebody asked her one time why she had one tennis shoe. And she said, you never know when you're going to meet a one-legged man. Is that not the sweetest? Love, love, love her. Okay, Market. Y'all, Market was kind of a frenzy, don't you think? There were so many beautiful patterns that I wanted so many. I bought a lot, but I just could have bought, I can't tell you how many I could have bought had I had the funds for it. I had saved up because I knew it was coming, so I had a little extra. And these are some that I bought. These are most that I bought, actually. I bought a couple of Plum Streets, A Gentleman's Daughter, and a Primitive Mood to Keep. I'm going to turn this so that you can see what it says. I bought one Stacy Nash, and that's this one. I'm just really into the alphabets right now. Not sure why, but they have definitely captured my attention. Brenda Gervais always gets a lot of my attention. So, When Flowers Bloom, Forever and Ever, alphabet again, and the Quaker Sewing Tray. I bought two Erica Michaels. I love her stuff, and I've not, these come with the silk gauze, and I've not used that. I have two others of hers, but I am going to try this very soon. This one is All Through the Night, and it says, Angels watching ever round thee. I thought this would be beautiful for one of my grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And this one says, He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. And the name of it is My Refuge. I like the way she framed that. Heartstring Samplery. I don't think this came from Market. I think this may have been one that I just bought. Her birds, from her bird series. My mother loved birds so much that I always want to stitch birds. I bought two of Lindy Stitch's patterns. One was the Bunny Lace Trio, and this was the other one, because what mother out there cannot relate to this, really? A mother's heart is black and blue, bruised from loving, ever true. And since I've done the other needleworker patterns, I had to have a needleworker squared from Little House. A couple of samplers, one small one, Lucy Beam, Love in Stitches, because alphabet. And then, you know, I don't know if I'll ever stitch this. I want to, but it's so big. A Savior's Praise, Shakespeare's Peddler. Man, this one just took my breath. I'm not even crazy about samplers, but this one, oh my. Teresa, you did good, honey. And then I bought all three of the Blackbird Designs booklets, and y'all have seen those, so I'm not going to show them again. So, Market purchases. Way too many. Way too many. I also have, I told you I've been thrifting. Hold on a second. Move something out of the way here. Miss Lori from Mischievous Stitches, you're going to be jealous because I found this wonderful picnic basket. It's big. I can't hardly even get it up here. And here's why you're going to be jealous. I've looked at picnic baskets many, many times, but this one has a shelf, a tray, if you will, that sits right down on the inside. Let me get it. Look here. See, it sits right down in the basket. I've never seen one before with a tray. And I've been going to flea markets half my life. I know that they're probably out there. I just haven't seen them. So, love that. Love that. I don't remember if I showed y'all. I think I did. I showed you that last time because we talked about that. Okay. I went to Missouri to my sister's for several days to help care for my aunt while my sister and Mike were out of town. Sherry and Mike were out of town for a funeral. And when Sherry got back, we went to a flea market. I guess a flea market, antique mall kind of place. And I ran across 2 booths with patterns, old patterns. I'm not going to show all of these because I bought a bunch. They were 50 cents a piece, y'all. 3 of them were Prairie Schoolers. This one's called Sunshine and Shadow. The 3 Bears, these are the old patterns, cardstock patterns. And a Prairie Christmas. I found, I bought this one, to be honest, because it had fabric in it. It had a 29 by 18 piece of 36 count linen. It came from a Stitch in Time, which I don't know if it's still in Mexico, Missouri, or if it's closed. Anyway, I found some cross stitch and country crafts magazines. These, I think these were $1, $1.50, something like that. I also found patterns from designers that are still designing. Homespun Elegance. You know, some of these just brought back so many memories. Here's an old Sue Hillis one. Needle Love. I don't know if they're still doing cross stitch or not. Merrily Beams. There's one from her. A Stony Creek stocking. There were a bunch of these stockings, all different kinds, but that's the only one that I bought. I found a Threadwork Primitives pattern, Nan Lewis, that I liked. I probably left 100, y'all, and I probably bought, I'm trying to look here, I probably bought about 30 of them. Like I said, I'm not going to go through all of them because there are too many and we'd be here too long. Found this one little stitched piece that I will make into a little pillow, I suppose. Since we are all educators in this family, I thought that was a cute one. I also found this, and I'm going to pass the stash on this. I didn't want to do it, but I thought one of you out there might. So let me show you what it is first. This is the pattern. It's called, it's a Dimensions kit. Heirloom Wishing You a. Okay, this is what it looks like. The threads in the pattern are in here. And this is how much of it has been stitched so far. Quite a little bit, actually. So if you would be interested in finishing this piece, please comment in your comment below. Just put, I love stitching Christmas. And if there's more than one of you, I will draw names for that one. Oh, here's the little bowl that I told you I found. Yeah, it weighs a ton. This is how long it is. And it's small and it's shallow. So it needs little bitty pin tucks. That's why I'm focused on getting some smalls done. Now, cross-stitched pieces. This right here. Let's see. Can I get it all in the picture? I got to come back a little. Here we go. I don't know what to think about this one. I love it. I love it. The frame is obviously not very old. I mean, it's just a regular frame. The fabric, let me show you how it's framed and what the fabric looks like. It almost looks like muslin. It is so fine. It says it's Marianne Warren, age 12 years, 1828. Now, it was not stitched in 1828. That's a given. The threads are very bright. I can't, because it's still in this frame like this, and I haven't tried to take it out, I can't see the back of it. But they look almost like silk threads, and I'm wondering if it could even have been machine stitched. I mean, how do you know if you don't take it out? I can see some mistakes in the stitching that I think means that it was hand stitched. I don't know. I'm going to take it out of here and look at the back of it and see what I think. It doesn't really matter because I like it and I'm going to hang it. My sister found this for me. This little wren. LG are the initials on that one. And these two birds also, you can see the price on this one, it was $2. DB. This is a Western Tanager. And this one is Cedar Waxwing. And then I found this one, and I haven't looked this up, but take a look. No initials and no date. I think I may somewhere, I don't know the name of that, but I think I do. I think I've seen that pattern. All right, let me check my list here, see what I've told you about. Oh, I also found a sewing box. Have y'all watched the Primitive Stitcher and her videos about her sewing boxes? I'm talking about the wooden ones that sit on the floor on legs that fold all the way out, both arm in two directions. She got several of them in Europe, I think. The one I found, I didn't bring it in here because I've already got it full and I'm using it and it's big. I didn't know how I would show it. And it says made in Romania on the bottom of it. So that was I've been looking for one for a couple of years. I was really glad to find that. So that's everything on my list. It should be. I'm up to almost 40 minutes and I don't usually do videos that are this long. That's it. It's a beautiful spring day. It's a little cloudy here, but it's going to be 70, maybe 68 or 70 today. We're already doing some spring work in the yard. I'm looking out my window here, and we have, y'all know I've told you we have 20, 25 trees or something like that. So all the leaves are still not gone. My husband is still working on that and blowing them. And I have 3 little spruce trees in half barrels. 2 of them died this winter, so those have to go out. Haven't bought any flowers yet. It's still been a little bit too cool, although I did put on the deck where it's good and sunny, I put my poor lemon tree out. It was down to 2 leaves. Nothing we did seemed to help that poor baby. But y'all, it has got little buds all over it for new leaves, and even got a got a flower or two on it. So it's alive. It's still it's gonna live. I don't know if it's ever gonna do anything. It just flat didn't like the winter in my house. I did buy a new outdoor rug for my front courtyard yesterday, and have some plans for doing a couple of more things out there. I need to get flower pots out and washed and cleaned and painted. So a lot of work to do this spring, as always. My children are coming over for supper tonight, so I need to go and work on that a little bit. Nothing fancy. We're just going to cook some chicken on the grill and potluck the rest of it and enjoy each other's company. So I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have lots of time to stitch, and that you come back again to see me in a couple of weeks when I return. Bye-bye.